Hey, how's it going there, YouTube? Leonard here, back again with another deck profile for you all. And today I have a Grand Blue Nightmist Stride deck profile. Well, not profile, but deck. Well, here, this video is the profile, of course. And all I can say is I'm not a Grand Blue player, so playing this deck was definitely a first for me, especially as my first Grand Blue deck. And I'm actually borrowing this for a while. I'm off on a trip for the week. So there won't be any uploads for the rest of the week, if not a little more than a week and a few days. And the deck's a lot of fun. The break ride still as fun as ever. I remember seeing Cocytus reverse with the break ride back in the day, and that was some fun times. And now that it has a stride from the Fighters collection, you can unlock a lot more plays with this deck if you can't get your break ride off. So without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. I'm going to set the strides away. Alright, first grade 3 of the deck is, of course, your 4 Nightmist, Lord of the Seven Seas Nightmist. It's a break ride from BT13. Skills limit break 4. When a Grand Blue rides this unit, choose your Vanguard and he gets plus 10,000 power, and then choose 2 Grand Blue from your drop zone, call them in a Rearguard circle, and then get plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn. So it's a very, very nice break ride, of course. Combos well with any other grade 3 that you play, whether it be Stride or Legion, but in this deck we do play Legion, so this is what you'd be comboing it with. Next grade 3 is 3 Witch Doctor of the Dead Sea Negro Bolts. I'm not trying to make that racist in any way. This is the Legion that you play in the deck because it is Grand Blue. You'll be milling out so much, so you will want to Legion back your crits and heals. Skill is Counter Boss 1 and choose a Rearguard and retire it when this unit attacks a Vanguard. If it's in Legion, you may pay the cost. If you do, call a unit from your drop zone. It's pretty fair. It's generic and puts on more pressure with more lines of attack. And finally, we play the 1 Ice Flow Swordsman Night Snow. This card works very, very well when you want to break ride if you don't have your Legion, or if you simply just want to break ride first, or your grade stuck and you need a 3. Ditch this to the drop zone, superior ride it, no grade stuck, and it's just another ride target. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for the grade 3s. This is just player's preference. You can play another Negro Bolt if you want, so just keep that in mind. Alright, so moving on to the grade 2s, we play 3 of the beautiful Ruin Shade, triple rare, of course, although it is getting a reprint as a common, I believe, or a rare. I think it's a rare, I'm not sure, but it also has a reprint art, but nothing can ever beat the original art of Ruin Shade. Its skill, if you do not know, is mill 2 cards from the top of your deck. When it attacks, it gets plus 2,000 power, so from 9k basic, skyrockets to 11. Hits basic Vanguard stats equally. Next we play 3 Dragon Undead Ghoul Dragon. Alright, say that 3 times fast. This is the Legion mate to your Negro Bolt, and its skill is when it's placed on Rearguard circle from the drop zone, it gets an additional effect. If the attack hits a Vanguard, you get to choose one of your opponent's Rearguards and retire it. So it's a really good pressure card. Next we play 2 10k vanilla, in case you want to play the grade 2 game. Plus it's a nice call from the drop zone if you use Nightmist skill, 15k. Knock off really hard on a really important Rearguard that your opponent has. And because you want to see your Nightmist so much, we do play the 2 Cray Elemental, Heat Elemental, Blah. Such a lame name, sure. Blah. Its skill is you retire it when the attack hits a Vanguard from the Rearguard circle. You search your deck for a 1 card with the limit break ability, show it to your opponent, and put it to your hand. So it just searches out for your Negro Bolt. I mean, your Nightmist. Or possibly your Night Snow, if you need it. Alright, moving on to the grade 1s. You play the best card in all of Grand Blue, simply because of its art. I mean, admit it, when this card dropped, you knew that Grand Blue was going to get a lot better support in terms of art, because their art used to be zombies, old guys that are blue, nightmarish creatures of the deep, but now you have moe anime lollies and chicks, so kind of adds, kind of makes the clan lighten up a bit. You know, it's never just so dark and masculine. Alright, well, not to get too deep into that. I mean, I am just really proud to see the Grand Blue got new support like this. But this is Sea Strolling Banshee, and she's, I find, to be an absolutely mandatory card in any Grand Blue deck. Skill is Soul Blast 1 when she's placed on Rearguard Circle from the drop zone. You draw a card. Unfortunately, she's a 6K. I mean, many other cards that have that type of ability, it's when it's like called from deck or from your hand by a certain ability or whatever. You know, it'd be 7K, but a 6K is not that bad. I mean, that's also another reason why you play 10K vanillas, because you make these columns work really well. And then you have your Ruin Shade. Alright, moving on to the other grade ones. Because you play a Break Ride, you do play 3 Limit Break Enabler. Don't play 4, because remember, you're going to be milling a lot, so you'll have more chances of seeing your cards in the drop zone, and you'll have tons of chances to call them out. So, 3 Brutal Shade. And then we play 2 Boat Swain Armin. When it's called from the drop zone to Rearguard Circle, it gets plus 3,000 power. So it stacks up a nice 10k for the turn. It's a really, really nice card. Pull off some really good combo plays and make really good columns with this. Like with Ruin Shade or making your Ghoul Dragon higher, so you have more chances to hit. And then you play the 1 Samurai Spirit. It's a nice tech. Its skill is Counterblast 1 from the drop zone, and you retire one of your own cards, and then you call it in that card's place. That's it for those. Now, to finish off the grade ones, you do play the 4 amazing Gust Jin Perfect Guard, because they don't have G Perfect Guards yet in English, and you don't play Quinted Walls in this deck because you don't want to mill too much. And this deck is already pretty Counterblast heavy as it is, so there's no need for it. Alright. And then finally, just to finish off the normal units in the deck, you play 1 Chappie the Ghosty. Definitely a old card in itself. Skill is when it's placed on the Guardian Circle, you search your deck for any Grand Blue and put it to your drop zone. So it is the ultimate search, but in the ultimate mill, but it's also restricted to used for guarding, and you only play 1 of, so if you don't see it, that's unfortunate, but if you do, it's a great shield, and it's a guaranteed drop, so it works. Alright, moving on to the triggers, we play 4 Rough Shoes Banshee. It's a Psychic Bird clone. You could use the draw power, of course, and you will be utilizing the soul a lot, like with your Night Snow and your Sea Strolling Banshee, and if you abuse Banshee so much, then you will be needing these, so more draw power is fine. Play 3 Night Spirit, 1 Ghoul Cannonball, so that's 8 crit, and we play 4 of this amazing stand, Performing Zombie. Its skills when it's placed on Rearguard Circle, you look at the top 10 cards of your deck, and you search for 1 card and put it to your drop zone, and then you shuffle your deck. So it's also kind of like a Chappie, except you're only restricted to the top 10, but it's just another way of getting a guaranteed search off. And then while this is on the Rearguard Circle, you can abuse this with your Samurai Spirit and retire it and get a 7k body booster out. Alright, and of course you play the 4 best Heal Trigger in Grand Blue. Dr. Rogue, have to play the chick. And for the starter, we play Peter the Ghosty, the best starter in Grand Blue from what I see right now. Its skill is Counterblast 1, you mill 2 cards, and then you draw 1 card. So it's really good draw power, and it helps you with your milling. Alright, that's pretty much it for the main deck. Now let's move on to the Stride Zone. Play 4 of the amazing, badass looking, loved by the 7 Seas Nightmist, and I would agree with this type of art. Its skill is once per turn, Counterblast 1. If you have a heart with 7 Seas in the name, choose up to 2 cards from your drop zone and call them a separate rear guard, but at the end phase, you retire them. Really, really nice. It's technically a watered down effect of the Break Ride, except the cards do not get 5,000 power, but it's really, really nice that you at least get the chance to revive more cards from your drop zone, because not too many cards do that except for the Break Ride and your Negro Bolt. So, yeah, play 4, just for consistency. You play 2 Pirate King of the Abyss, Blue Heart. What I think so far is the best stride, because you can play this in any Grand Blue. It's not just restricted to Nightmist, even in Cocytus, and its skill is absolutely amazing. You Counterblast 1 once per turn, search for 2 cards from your drop zone, call it to rear guards that have a unit in it. So it's really, really nice. Plus the units stay on your board. They don't just go back, which some people say is bad, others say it's good. To me, I think it's decent. I mean, I don't want to constantly have to dish out for my cards, but it also, limits your opponent when it comes down to targeting things on your field. So if you play against Grambler or Gear Chronicle, Blue Heart, if it had the effect to put them back to drop zone, then it'd be fine. But the fact that they stay out is kind of a plus side. It's kind of on the plus side at the same time. Next up, to finish up the strides, we play the 1-ofs. 1 Blizza. It's a nice finisher, always. And then you play Legion, so you just play the 1 Madu. And if you ever need a Legion again, because you only play 3, now you just use Madu to get another card out, or use it for more stride fodder. Or another fun combo that I found using was if you're already on Negro Bolt and you're already Legioned and it's been several turns after, and you either want to break ride or Legion again, you use Madu while you're in Legion, and when you stride, you search your deck. You search your drop zone for your Nightmist, and if you put your Night Snow into your drop zone and you kept it there, you ride Nightmist the next turn. If you don't have a grade 3, use Night Snow skill from the drop zone, Superior Ride it onto the Nightmist, and it's a free break ride. So it's a really, really nice play you can do with Madu. Just make more plays for the next turn, so you can break ride again, or possibly Legion again. And that's pretty much it for the deck profile. Not much said about it. It's a lot of fun, pretty straightforward. There's many, many combos when it comes down to the strides and break ride and Legion. So yeah, pretty straightforward is the word I would describe this deck. Complicated? No. Expensive? Somewhat. And very, very intricate, very, very unique. I mean, I'm not a Grand Blue player myself. I've never really been interested in the clan, simply because I'm not interested in pirates too much. But its playstyle is very, very unique from my point of view, and I think it will take a little bit more playtest to get used to. Other than that, guys, that's it for the deck profile. This is Leon Hart out. Peace.